Episode 10, Alignment versus Opportunity, the decision that defines the GM. If you want the truth, just the truth now, the whole truth as you see it without any illusion, then welcome to the GM's place. Truth over illusion. I'm the Life GM, Gary Moore. Not every opportunity is alignment. If you don't know the difference, you could spend your whole life building something that was never yours to start with. Some of you right now are being presented with opportunities that look right, some even feel right, even sounds like purpose, but they're not really aligned with the person that you are or the person that you have become. See, today is not about any motivation. Today is about decision making at a level that some people avoid. We're going to talk about how a GM evaluates opportunity, not emotionally, but structurally. Because the wrong decision won't just cost you time, it will cost you alignment, which is very, very important and very, very important. I tell you, for me personally, I recently received an opportunity, had a strong mission, and it had real impact. I liked it. Came from good people. On the surface, it checked every box. But I had to stop and ask myself a question. I said, what are they really asking me for? Are they asking me for my new GM framework? Are they asking me for Coach Mo from my past role? Because those are two very different things. And I've been here before. See, I know that people don't always ask you for the person that you've become. They present you an opportunity because they want the person that you used to be. And the question could sometimes be why? Why? Because that's what serves them. And if you think that this is just about me, think again. Man, listen, I know people that I've known for many, many years who I haven't had the privilege of even talking to since I left the last role that I was in. Now I don't take that personally. And I don't have a real problem with it. See, because I still wish them nothing but the best, and I know that they wish me nothing but the best. But it's just I was more defined for my role, and my role was more important than the person that I was, and that's okay. And you can look at what's happening right now. Look, we're in the middle of March Madness, greatest time. Everybody looking for one shining moment, the Division One men and women's basketball tournament. And look, I want to particularly talk about the women's game. See, because see, women, I'm just so excited about them, how they are, really evolving now. The women's game has really changed and it's for the better. And what they're stepping into the spotlight. Names are being built right now. Brands are being formed. You know, attention, attention's coming from everywhere. And with all that attention comes opportunity. But here's what nobody really wants to talk about. And that's how I'm gonna try to make you help you understand this. If a player leads their team and has a breakout run, they don't even have to win it all. They don't have to win the tournament. Just have a big run. There are programs that are out there just waiting to offer them more money, offering promises of even more exposure, and waiting for them to get into the transfer portal. That almighty transfer portal, you know. That's a good thing, but and it doesn't always turn out the best. But on the surface, see, that looks like an opportunity. But a GM of your life should see something different. You should see something different. A GM sees a decision, because now the question becomes, do I stay committed to the vision I started with? Or do I move based on what's being offered to me right now? That, nobody's making a decision, but you have to make this decision. And this is where most people get exposed. See, not in the loss, but in the decision that follows the loss. Maybe the coach might turn around and take a new job at a higher tier than he was before. Maybe a player wants to go and play for a team that feels like they can have a better shot at a national championship. I don't know. But let me bring it back to you in a mirror moment for you. Because listen, you may not be in the transfer portal in your life, but just as these players are, you are being recruited every single day by more opportunities, by attention, and by things that look like advancement. But are you making decisions in your life based on who you are or who people remember you as? That's how I had to look at it in my perspective. I had to think and figure, do I make this decision based on who I am now or who they remember me as? Who are you without the role? Just because something or someone offers you more doesn't always mean that it's worth more. Every GM needs a life alignment filter. Now, here's yours. Here's what I'm going to present to you today. Number one, in making this decision, does this align with my current framework for my life? If it doesn't align with how you think, lead, or operate, it's not in your proper alignment for you. Number two, does this expand my vision or distract from it? See, because everything that looks good is not necessarily part of your assignment. And number three, am I being valued for my thinking? This particularly is one of the filters that I had to use for myself or for my access. You may think I still have connections with all these pro athletes and all. And if they want you for your connections more than your principles, you could be just pulled back into the same role that you left. And then number four, what is the long-term consequence of saying yes? Because, see, the real consequence in life is not immediate. It's what your life becomes if you keep saying yes to the wrong things. That makes sense to you? A GM don't chase opportunity. A GM, he evaluates alignment. Now, here's your GM challenge. Before you say yes to anything this week, stop and run it through your filter. Write it down if you have to. What is this opportunity really asking of me? Who does this require me to be? And does this move me closer to my vision or further away from it? And if you can't answer clearly any of these questions that you have in your filter, you don't have a decision yet. And that's okay. But you know what? I was looking at the NC2A and listen, I love what the young lady, Hannah Hidalgo for Notre Dame, what she said when she was asked by the legendary UConn coach after they lost to them in the Elite Eight, because she was giving it to him. She was balling, man, But, this is a legendary coach and a legendary program, and they've won national championships, multiples year after year, But in respect for her and for her game, he asked her, he said, "Are you old enough now to go pro?" And she answered very, very decisively and without any hesitation. She said, "No, but I want to come back anyway for another shot at your team." Told me everything that I needed to know about that young lady. She understands the program. She understands the fact that her life is the organization that she must protect, the vision that she must protect, to surround herself with all the right people, develop the strategies for success, and keep on fighting, and protect the vision. Now, in closing, let me say that some people think consequence is failure. They think it's losing. But some of the real consequences is building the wrong life successfully. Wow. Sometimes the real consequence is continuing to build the wrong life successfully. Lets you know how tough and how strong you are as a person. So be the GM of your life and never, ever make a decision without first considering the consequences. If this particular episode hits you in any way, I want you to, and you want to go deeper, visit me at www.thegarydmore.com and tap into the GM framework. Step into the structure. Because your life is not random. It is an organization. And it's being managed. The question is, by who? This is the GM's place. Truth over illusion. And I'll see you in our next episode. Thanks for listening.